the oath of office to Kevin, the oath of office by Kevin to his deputy sheriffs, and then some musical entertainment. A couple of quick changes in the program that I would like to mention before we get started. First off, Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito has joined us, and she will be delivering some short remarks during the program. Very happy to have the Lieutenant Governor here. Also, you will note that in the program that the opening procession will be led by Sergeant Ned Shinnick, the Lynn Police Piper. Well, Sergeant Shinnick was good enough to bring his entire band with him this evening. So we have with us the Irish American Police Officers Association of Coppinger. And as you can see, they're all located in the orchestra pit directly in front of me. Our opening procession and posting of the colors will consist of the Lynn Police Department color guard in front, followed by state and local dignitaries and clergy, followed by Chief Coppinger, his wife Beth, Sean and Kevin, followed by the Essex County Sheriff's color guard. Now I want to point out the symbolism here. The opening procession and posting of the colors will be led by the Lynn Police Department color guard, signifying that Chief Coppinger is still a member of the Lynn Police Department. The recessional and retiring of the colors will be led by the Essex County Sheriff's Department color guard, signifying that Sheriff Coppinger is now a member of the Essex County Sheriff's Department. I would now like to invite you all to rise for our opening procession. much. Please be seated. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome Lieutenant Governor Polito, Secretary of State Galvin, District Attorney Blodgett, former District Attorney Kevin Burke, I saw him here in the front row, all of our honorable state senators, representatives, members of the judiciary, I knew I'd have trouble with that word, distinguished fellow sheriffs around Massachusetts, Mayor Kennedy, the Lynn City Council, and all of our distinguished mayors that are in attendance, municipal leaders, police officers, court officials, correction personnel, family and trusted friends. Thank you all very much for coming. Welcome to all. It's going to be a great night. I can't believe it's really here. First order of business, I'm very pleased to see on the agenda this evening that both of Kevin and Beth's sons, Sean and Kevin, are both going to be involved in the program, playing active parts. So at this point, I would like to invite my nephew, Kevin Coppinger, to come forward and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and then please remain standing. We will go right into the national anthem.
Good evening, everyone. Before we start tonight, I'd like to invite you to please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order! Off!
We'd now like to invite Sergeant Ann Zanini from the Essex County Sheriff's Department, who's going to sing our national anthem.
Presenting off!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
Thank you, Sergeant Zanini, and thank you to the Irish American Police Officers Association, Pipe and Drum Band. Great job. Next person I want to ask to come forward for the invocation. Well, if you're from Lynn, you probably already know Father Joe Rossi. Father Rossi served for many years at St. Pius Church, also served as the Lynn Police Chaplain. Father Rossi is now assigned as the parochial vicar at St. Catherine of Alexandria Parish in Westford. He's been good enough to return to Lynn tonight to deliver this very special invocation. Father Rossi.
It's only 2 pages. I'm absolutely honored to be here this evening to offer these words of hope, encouragement, and support for our newly elected sheriff, for his family, and for all of us. And these words are taken from one of my favorites, the 43rd chapter of the book of the prophet Isaiah. Thus says the Lord, fear not. I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. In the rivers, you shall not drown. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned. The flames shall not consume you. Why? Because you are precious in my eyes and glorious, and because I love you, and I always will. Amen.
Thank you, Father Rossi. At this time, I would like to invite the Honorable Mayor Judith Kennedy of the City of Lynn to come and deliver the greetings of the City of Lynn. Mayor Judy.
Good evening, everybody. I am honored and pleased and proud to welcome all of you to the Lynn City Hall Veterans Memorial Auditorium for tonight's inaugural exercises. And I have a question for our sheriff-elect, and I'm wondering if he remembers what he was doing on January 4th in 2010. And I know he won't recall it right away, but I will tell you. He was the police chief for all of about 4 days at that time, and he ended up walking the new mayor down the aisle for her inauguration. The sheriff-elect and I really began our managerial careers together, you might say. And it has been a pleasure to be serving with him over these 7 years. And there is a tinge of sadness, to be honest with you, for me in taking part in these exercises, because I know I'm losing one of my really, really great department heads. But so it goes. Lynn was fortunate to have the services of Police Chief Kevin Coppinger for 7 years, and now Essex County will be proud to have the services of their Sheriff Coppinger for the foreseeable future, as long as he may want it. With this, our sheriff-elect joins a long, long line of Essex County sheriffs, going all the way back to 1692, when Charles Corwin was elected our first sheriff of Essex County. So a 300-year plus tradition, and I'm so very, very proud that one of Lynn's own is going to be continuing with that role as Essex County Sheriff. So again, welcome to all of you. Congratulations to the Sheriff-elect and his family, and I hope you enjoy the inauguration.
Thank you, Mayor Judy. We're very fortunate tonight to have our Lieutenant Governor, Karen Polito, in attendance, and I would invite our Lieutenant Governor now to deliver remarks.
Well, good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be here in this room as we celebrate the transition of office for the Sheriff of Essex County, and at the same time celebrate what's important about public safety and law enforcement and corrections. I'd like to first acknowledge our friends and colleagues in government, certainly Secretary Galvin, pleasure to see you tonight, Mayor Kennedy, it's always a pleasure to be in your company, DA Blodgett, and obviously the Coppinger family. Thank you all for inviting me to be here tonight, and I believe that I'm here on behalf of our administration to express our gratitude and to express our support as the chief now transitions into becoming one of our sheriffs here in the Commonwealth. Just fairly recently, I had the opportunity to spend some time with Mayor Kennedy in this great city of Lynn. And one of the places that she took me was not too far from here, the Veterans Hall. And you have a great tradition here in this city of honoring your veterans, your military families. And I am very pleased to know, and I should offer it as a way of reminding everyone, that Lynn is the first Massachusetts city to end homelessness among veterans. And Mayor Kennedy, I want to thank you for leading the charge. To be extremely generous. Obviously, with the recent tragic fire, many families have been displaced in this city, and the outpouring of support was so overwhelming that you needed to call upon a local organization to collect the funds and help these families. This is what makes our communities so strong and so great. And when you think about your own places where you grew up, hopefully many of you have grown up here in Lynn or not too far from here. You think about making sure that our kids have the very best schools to attend. No matter where they live in this Commonwealth, they need access to the very best education. We want to make sure in this Commonwealth that no matter where you live, you have the opportunities for jobs and a career, and to be able to include the dignity of work in your life. But the other key ingredient to making a strong community, in addition to schools and jobs, is a safe community. And we cannot take for granted those men and women who are in this room and in the city tonight working very hard to keep this community and other communities safe in this Commonwealth. The men and women who choose to wear a uniform and choose careers in public safety. We are grateful to all of you and grateful to your families for giving you the support that you needed and wanted to begin and have a career in law enforcement in this Commonwealth. And we thank you all. And it's obvious to the Coppinger family, being now 4 generations of family, with Sean being the most recent, to have committed themselves to law enforcement and public safety. It takes a very special family and a very special person to do that. And it's great to know that, Kevin, in your career, starting out in the neighborhoods here in the city of Lynn, forming groups to make sure that neighborhoods are safe, and these community-based programs to make sure that those individuals or youth that might be at risk could access programs to have a safe existence here in this city. And when you think of your 30 years in law enforcement and what that will help you, how that will help you and inform you in your work as sheriff, it is really very special. And we want to thank you for taking that and moving that forward. I think you've also realized that in 30 years of work as a police officer and rising up through the ranks to chief, that a lot's changed in how you police a neighborhood or a community. And it really takes a lot of outreach, a lot of connection, and a lot of support to keep the people safe in cities like Lynn and others. I want to also just acknowledge that the work that's being done in law enforcement and in the area of corrections involves more than law enforcement and safety. There's a lot of health and wellness issues that come into play, whether it's in a local police department or a city hall where the mayor is working through these issues, or in where they are confronted with individuals that come into the care of the department that have behavioral health issues or mental health complications or addiction issues. There's no community in our Commonwealth that is not plagued with the opiate epidemic. And all of this is very significant and very complicated and very hard to deal with. And it's important that we have the right people in the right places to help support the communities and help people be able to become well and be able to re-enter community and be able to have a good and healthy existence. And I know you, as sheriff, will continue to work on the programs that exist here at the Essex County Sheriff's Department and continue to help so many. And one final point, in addition to helping people deal with addictions or mental health, the dignity of work in a person's life is invaluable. And if we can help more of our inmates in our houses of corrections learn a skill or earn a high school degree and then learn how to earn their way in life, we will be helping these individuals re-enter community and never return back to the House of Corrections, but re-enter in a way that they can become an active and productive member of our community and our society. The work that Kevin has signed up to do as our sheriff of Essex County is complicated and hard, and he can't do it alone. I'm so grateful to see so many deputy sheriffs here tonight and to see so many of you here in support to him. Anytime you have a transition in office, including the one on the national level, you want to support these individuals with all that you can so that they are successful in their mission. And in this case, the mission is helping the individuals that come within your care to get the help and support that they need and leave and re-enter the community in a better way from which they came into your care. There's no doubt in my mind and in Governor Baker's mind that you have elected a very capable and committed, sincere and dedicated person in Kevin Coppinger. And the final word I'd like to say is a great thanks to his family, to Beth and to Sean and to Kevin, supporting your husband and your dad in his years of service and law enforcement in this city, and now to support him. Maybe less so for you, Kevin, being that you were away for a little bit during the campaign, to support him in his desire to continue to serve this Commonwealth. It takes a lot of effort and a very special commitment at home to be able to do what you do. So tonight is a great time of celebration, and it's also a great time to show our support to our newest sheriff in our Commonwealth, Sheriff Coppinger. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant Governor Polito. At this time, I would ask Secretary of State Galvin and Chief Coppinger to come forward for the official administration of the oath of office. Secretary Galvin.
Let me just say what a great privilege it is for me to inaugurate this very important phase of corrections in Essex County. I'm quite confident the professionalism that the new sheriff has demonstrated throughout his career will be demonstrated during his next 6 years as sheriff of Essex County. Ready to take the oath of office? It's a triple oath. You're going to be inserting your name at the right place in the office of sheriff of Essex County. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
Kevin F. Coppinger,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and will support the Constitution thereof.
and will support the Constitution thereof.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I
I, Kevin F. Coppinger,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties
incumbent
on me
on me
as
as the Sheriff of Essex County
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
agreeably to the rules and regulations
of the Constitution
of the Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of this Commonwealth.
of this Commonwealth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I
I, Kevin F. Coppinger,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Congratulations, Sheriff. It'll be on the payroll. I need a signature.
Thank you, Secretary Galvin. Congratulations to Kevin. At this time, I would ask Sheriff Coppinger to come back to the podium and ask all of the commissioned deputy sheriffs in attendance who need to take the oath of office to rise, and Sheriff Coppinger will administer your oath.
Would you please raise your right hands? I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and will support the Constitution thereof. So help me God. I state your name. Do solemnly swear and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as a deputy sheriff of Essex County. According to the best of my abilities and understanding, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth. So help me God. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. Congratulations and thank you. And for the newly recommissioned deputy sheriffs, just a bit of housekeeping. Before you leave tonight, you just make sure you stop at the back and sign the affirmation. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to all the deputy sheriffs. At this point, I'd like to invite the Lawrence High School Girls Ensemble, who's here for some musical entertainment.
Day is a breaking.
girls, great job. Thank you for coming all the way down from Lawrence. And they will be back to finish our program also. At this point, I would like to introduce Essex County District Attorney Jonathan Blodgett to deliver remarks.
Good evening, and thank you. I am very pleased to be here tonight and honored that Kevin asked me to speak to you and say a few brief words, and I promise you I will be just that, brief. I've known Kevin for over 20 years. I know what a leader he is, someone who believes in collaboration, someone who will continue the tradition of excellence in terms of the relationship between the Essex County District Attorney's Office, which was started from my predecessor, Kevin Burke, and the Essex County Sheriff's Department. I look forward to doing that. I called Kevin the day after the election to congratulate him, and I knew that Kevin had gone to St. Mary's, graduated in the class of 1975. And I said, Kevin, how many were in your class? Class of 1975, he said, about 175. And I said, okay, today's Wednesday. By Friday, that number will triple. And every one of those people will have been your best friend in high school. And he told me I was right about 2 weeks later. But Kevin, again, is somebody who will be able to handle not just the good wishes and adulation he gets tonight, and he certainly deserves our prayers and our thoughts, but going forward, he will continue that tradition that he started in the Lynn Police Department of thinking outside the box. A true leader is somebody who can take a peek over the fence and see the future. And Kevin's already demonstrated that. As many of you may be aware, he started a mental health and substance abuse unit in the Lynn Police Department, which he embedded with professionals to work with people that the police came in contact with who were low-level offenders who needed a helping hand, who needed the ability to help change their ways. And that was by him. That was his idea, that was his thought. He led his department to buy into that, and they did that so well. But that's just one example of the leadership that Kevin brings to this role. He'll continue again and expand it as the sheriff. The district attorney and the sheriff often have to deal with people who have been failed by other institutions. And we have to think of ways to deal with people who suffer mental health disorders and drug addiction, as the Lieutenant Governor had touched on earlier. Kevin understands that, as I said. He's been a great supporter of Lynn Drug Court, where people who are chronic drug abusers get help and assistance and an opportunity to change their lives. Last year, I was very honored to work with Kevin and Dr. Latham to set up a program which we purposely left low-key with the public called the All-Star Program to help kids from the 8th grade here in Lynn who deserve a chance to help shape their futures. We did that with respect to the Lynn Police Department and trainings, the Lynn School Department, Bridgewell, and my office, and it's one of the most, I think, proudest accomplishments I've had, and it was to do in large part with the collaboration of Dr. Latham with Kevin. So I foresee these things to only expand and become better under a Sheriff Kevin Coppinger's administration. I look forward to working with him. And the only advice I have for you, Kevin, is this, that when you go home tonight and you thank Beth for all the hard work that she's done during the election and putting on tonight, and you will, and you look her in the eye and say, Beth, how can I thank you? And she says, really? Let me throw some concepts out. Hawaii, Turks and Caicos, maybe Paris. You look right back at her lovingly and say those two important words, yes, dear. Kevin, I wish you nothing but the best and Godspeed. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you, District Attorney Blodgett. Now, I know John Blodgett mentioned St. Mary's as the place that many of us in this room graduated from at one time or another. We're very fortunate to have Lynn's own St. Mary's dance team for a musical selection.
Move away, my blue.
Thank you, St. Mary's Dance Team. It was great. Would now like to invite Chief James Deitchie from the Mass Chiefs Association and Chief Tom Fowler from the Essex County Chiefs Association to come forward and make a presentation for Kevin.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Beth, for giving us about 10 seconds of time to take care of this. Kevin, on behalf of the Massachusetts Chiefs Police Association, congratulations. Here's your Rolex. Kevin, on behalf of the Essex County Chiefs of Police Association, congratulations on your retirement and congratulations on being the next Sheriff of Essex County.
Thank you, Chiefs. At this point, it's a special privilege for me to introduce my nephew Sean to come forward, who will introduce Sheriff Coppinger for remarks. Sean?
Good evening. Thank you to Lieutenant Governor Polito, Secretary of State of Commonwealth William Galvin, our elected officials, District Attorney John Blodgett, Chiefs, members of the Lynn Police Department, and Essex County Sheriff's Department, distinguished guests, family, friends, and supporters for being here to share this evening. Most of you know my father, either personally or professionally. When I thought about how to make an introductory speech to an audience who already knows my dad, I remembered what others said to me about him during the campaign. They said he was a good man, a man with vision, a hard worker, a man of honesty and integrity. Some told me he had earned the respect of his peers and his co-workers. They called him well-educated, an innovative thinker, a community partner, and a problem solver. They said of all the 13 candidates vying for one job, Kevin Coppinger was the one who stood out. It made me proud to hear this, but it was not news to me. Because, in the end, his family has always known that his commitment, dedication, determination, and integrity have made him the one who stands out. It is my great honor to introduce to you my father, Kevin F. Coppinger, the 31st Sheriff of Essex County.
Take a minute, just catch my breath after that. Thank you so much, everyone. As you heard, I am a graduate of St. Mary's, but I can guarantee you I was not on the dance team. So. As my brother said when we started, wow, this night is finally here. You know, never knew this was going to happen way back when we started this campaign, or the thought of it. And though I don't have to speak with Sheriff Cousins, when it was just a mild thought in the back of my head, and to lead this to this evening tonight. It's been quite a trip, and I'm deeply honored and humbled. Lieutenant Governor Polito, Secretary of State Galvin, District Attorney Blodgett, former District Attorney Kevin Burke, Middlesex County Sheriff Katusian, honorable state senators and representatives, Mayor Kennedy and all the distinguished mayors here, municipal leaders, police officers, correctional personnel, my incredible family, trusted friends and good neighbors. Thank you for honoring me with your presence here tonight. I am filled with gratitude to so many people who helped prepare me to become the new Sheriff of Essex County. For the past 33 years, I have worked in law enforcement in many capacities. I have collaborated with our district attorneys, local police chiefs, the courts, community service agencies to make Essex County communities safer. All of those people and experiences have helped ready me to become sheriff today with great enthusiasm and determination to fulfill the confidence so many have placed in me. I am leaving a job I have loved to take on this new challenge. In doing so, I would like to acknowledge several groups in particular who have made a profound difference in my career. To the men and women of the Lynn Police Department, I thank you for all you have done. Your commitment to the profession, your compassion for those in need, and your dedication to protect those we serve has made a true difference. You have earned my respect and the respect of a grateful community. As Chief, I know that the work you do day in and day out, responding to calls for assistance, helping people in times of trouble and distress, being there to protect and defend those in need, that is what makes our department great. I thank and applaud you for your untiring efforts. You made me a better chief. And words cannot adequately express my appreciation to my fellow police chiefs across Essex County and beyond. Your support, your guidance, and your friendship through the years made me a better police officer, a better chief, and a more effective leader. You are truly amazing individuals who demonstrate an unwavering commitment and dedication to the police profession and the communities you serve. I have been proud to learn from you, to serve with you, and to call you my friends. I owe a debt of gratitude to the people of Lynn who have educated me for over 30 years on a daily basis about the issues that affect our city and all communities in Essex County. Domestic violence, intolerance, elder and domestic abuse, child neglect, property crimes, drug addiction, and gun violence. These are the issues we face today, amongst others. The causes and the cures. And they have also taught me lessons about the value and power of community, friendship, determination, and perseverance. I have listened and I have learned. Working with them has taught me what can be accomplished when people work together to solve problems. They help me do my best to make Lynn a safer, saner, and more tolerant place to live. All these people and experiences have prepared me well to bring new leadership to the Essex County Sheriff's Department. They give me a keen understanding of what needs to be done at the county level to do a better job, not just incarcerating criminals, but in preparing inmates to re-enter the community in a more productive way. Now my new chapter begins. Over the past months, I have been working with retired Sheriff Frank Cousins to effect a smooth transition within the Sheriff's Department. For the past 2 decades, Sheriff Cousins has worked hard to establish a well-managed department and to create a balance between incarceration, programming, and rehabilitation. Sheriff Cousins and his staff have been a great help to me during this transition period, and I am grateful to them. Tomorrow, a new administration begins. I will bring with me a strong, new administrative team who will work alongside current Essex County Sheriff's Department personnel with the goal of making positive changes to the Sheriff's Department. We will work together, seeking out each other's experiences and expertise to bring the department to a new level of accountability and effectiveness. One of the first hurdles we will confront is the budget. The Essex County Sheriff's Department is facing a multi-million-dollar deficit. Because proper funding is critical to success, I have already reached out to our elected officials to garner their support and cooperation in resolving these budget issues. Concurrently, I will undertake the following actions. We will conduct an audit of the financial structure of the Sheriff's Department to help give us a basis for effective decision-making in budget and resource allocation. We'll also conduct a similar audit of inmate treatment and rehabilitation programming to assess the effectiveness and to assure best practices are being followed. We will review the department's organizational structure, efficiencies, and unit management. And we will expand partnerships with the court system, the district attorney's office, and defense counsels to identify and institute cost-saving measures such as video conferencing, transportation, and security issues. Traditionally, the core mission of the Sheriff's Department has been the care, custody, and control of inmates. I take that responsibility seriously, whether the inmate has been sentenced by a court of law or has been being held on a pretrial basis. The safety and security of staff, inmates, and society is paramount. Our goal for inmates is to return each of them to their community in better condition and heading in a better life direction than when they arrived. This is not an easy task, and sometimes it is impossible. But we must find and maintain a delicate balance between incarceration and rehabilitation. Individuals who commit violent and serious crimes are sentenced by the court for good reason, and those sentences must be carried out. Some will take advantage of and benefit from programs offered. Some will not. There are others in the jails whose care and custody might be provided by others better equipped to deal with serious mental health issues and substance abuse issues. The critical issue the Sheriff's Department faces is to maintain that delicate balance for inmates while ensuring public safety. During my 30-plus years as a police officer, I have seen the causes and effects of crime, the environmental factors that affect human behavior, and how these interact with our criminal justice system. In the late 1600s, as you heard from Mayor Kennedy, when George Corwin was sheriff of Essex County, superstition, torture, and cruelty prevailed in the courts and in the jails. Progress towards a better criminal justice system since that time has been relatively slow in many respects. Consider that it wasn't so long ago that a lock 'em up and throw away the key was a common mantra in society. It sounded tough, but it did not work. Today, society is finally realizing that we cannot ignore the root causes of crime and social disorder. Criminal justice professionals, lawmakers, the judiciary, police, and correctional personnel must recognize and address mental illness and substance abuse so prevalent in every community today. The vast majority of inmates in our penal institutions suffer from either one or both of these conditions. They need help. We need help to help them. We must work cooperatively and bring in professionals from outside of criminal justice, people expert in treatment, rehabilitation, and social services that are critical to recovery and rehabilitation. Every inmate's chances of success actually begin at classification. When an inmate first arrives at a corrections facility, he or she is classified in terms of housing, treatment, and programming. Proper classification and the plan that develops from it is crucial to success. This is an area where I believe improvements can be made, both internally and externally, with the collective goal of getting those critical first decisions right. Program within the institution is important, but consider that the average stay of an inmate is only about 9 months. To be effective and to have a long-lasting impact, programs, whether detox or occupational, must be linked to follow-up and follow-through after an inmate's release. The issue of reentry becomes a priority. The step-down program at the Lawrence Correctional Facility is an example of a solid link for the inmate preparing to re-enter society. However, these programs are few and far between and do not get the resources they need to reach their full potential. I strongly believe that when inmates return to their communities, they should return with a solid, well-defined aftercare plan in hand. Without one, they are doomed to failure and a repeat of criminal behavior. The program audit that I referenced earlier will include programs and resources outside the institution which have the potential to become part of our future reentry strategies. Another ongoing issue that must be addressed by all sheriffs is the increasing number of female inmates within the correctional population. For years, female inmates were sentenced to MCI Framingham, which was constructed in 1877. Clearly, it is not the best place for female inmates to be sent. Today, in Essex County, women are housed in Salisbury as well as in the Middleton's detox unit. Both of these locations have proven successful, providing better housing and strong programming. However, the space to meet the increasing number is inadequate. I will support continued efforts to expand housing options for women inmates including the current proposal before the legislature to construct a regional facility to be shared with other nearby counties in eastern Massachusetts. I believe a sheriff must also support and be part of efforts throughout the county to keep people out of jail. When we talk about substance abuse and mental illness, we are addressing behavioral health issues. As D.A. Blodgett mentions, as a police chief, I was able to create a behavioral health unit comprised of 3 civilian clinicians or caseworkers specifically trained in these fields, as well as jail diversion. I would strongly support similar programs in other communities throughout our county. If these needed services can be provided to individuals at critical times, the goal is to direct the individual to the proper care providers, which in most instances is not the courts. Thus, the jail diversion process becomes extremely effective in addressing needs before crimes are committed. The result? Reduced inmate population. A win-win in my book. When talking about resources in our communities that can supplement the treatment programs, the Offices of Community Corrections, located in Lynn, Lawrence, and Salisbury, have tremendous potential. Drug testing, data reporting, and treatment are the cornerstones to make these offices so valuable. However, current law only allows sentenced offenders to be eligible for services. I stand with my now fellow sheriffs and the Massachusetts Sheriff's Association in supporting amendments to Mass General Laws Chapter 211F, which is the enabling legislation for the Officers of Community Corrections. The amendment would allow pretrial offenders to also take advantage of these services offered at the OCCs. This is a no-cost item, which would also help reduce inmate populations at the Essex County facilities by providing more accountability for offenders by providing more services. Clearly, there are more than enough issues and challenges awaiting me, and I am excited to get started. Before closing, I would like to briefly address the employees of the Essex County Sheriff's Department here in attendance tonight. It is my pleasure to now be amongst your ranks, and I look forward to working with you. One of my priorities is to further professionalize our agency by addressing training needs, equipment issues, and staffing resources. As a police chief, I have been a big advocate of these key components as they directly relate to officer safety and morale. I know your job is a tough one, and you work under tough circumstances every day. I share those concerns. I've worked over 30 years in a similar yet somewhat different venue. I look forward to learning from you, and hopefully you will learn from me. I am confident we will accomplish a lot together. I am thrilled and honored to be here. I feel energized and ready for the challenges ahead. I look forward to working with all 34 cities and towns in the county. We all share the same common goals of improving public safety, reducing recidivism levels, and addressing those critical issues we talked about tonight. Like crime, public safety has no borders. We are all in this together. The Essex County Sheriff's Department is at your service. Let us know how we can help. Lastly, I want to thank everyone here tonight for your support and your encouragement. It means a lot to me that you are here at the beginning and part of our team moving forward. Happy New Year to each and every one of you, and may God bless. Thank you so much.